Hey, this is Moa Smokes, and today we're going to be talking about the ADE bowl from Olla Bowls. Or I guess I should say the ADE bowl, because ADE is Italian for Hades, which is what this bowl is named after, which is kind of cool because it's made for dark leaf specifically. Not that it doesn't work with blonde leaf, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'll rewind and, we can take it slow. ADE is Italian for Hades. They're dark leaf bowls. It's clever. It's a great name. I'm actually a big fan of the name. So what I have in front of me right now are 5 different colors of the ADE bowl. So we have all of these names are in Italian. So I looked up one of them and it's this one. This one is called the
Arancione.
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 Arancione. This is the arancione version, which is Italian for orange. I realize that Olla is tricking me into speaking Italian, but that's fine because eventually I'll go over there and I'll know Italian. It's great. So that's the orange color. Next up, we have the black version. And hey Siri, how do you say black in Italian?
In Italian, black is nero.
Nero. So the black version is called nero. Then we have the red version, which is called the... Hey Siri, how do you say red in Italian?
In Italian, red is rosso.
Rosso. Rosa? Rosso? One of those, but the red version. And then we have the country edition. So right here I have the Lebanese flag, Lebanon. And then we have the Egyptian flag, which, in case anyone was wondering, I do speak another language. It's not Italian, it's Arabic. And the way you say Egypt in Arabic is Masr. So this is the Masr edition. So, I'm Masri, using Italian bowls, trying to speak Italian. So let's talk a little bit about this bowl. First of all, in terms of how much it costs, it's $59.99 on 5starhookah.com. The link is in the description, but what I'll also put in the description is the direct link to Olla in case you want to buy it directly from Italy. You can do that, but depending on where you are, obviously shipping is going to vary, but figured you like that option because just because you're watching doesn't necessarily mean you're in the United States. So I'll include both links. As you can see, the bowls are funnel bowls and they're, the regular colors at least are actually matte. So they're not shiny, just a matte paint. They're handmade. They're made of Italian white clay and they're actually really thick. And when I zoom in and actually bring the camera closer, you'll be able to see just how thick they are. But they're sturdy, they're heavy, they're a good size. These are actually about 4.3 inches tall, but they vary slightly because again, they are handmade. They come in this box, which is, this is the Olla logo. It says Italian Bowls Olla, handcrafted with love. Features Italian high performance white clay, food grade glaze, made and decorated by hand. Thick clay walls made with love. Engineered performance, suitable with HMD, HMS. The goals are thick clouds, pure taste, easy to clean with water, scratch resistant, no bleeding, no overheat. Color will never fade. Extremely durable. So they say all this great stuff on the box, but obviously we want to use it and figure out if it's actually any good. And spoiler alert, it is actually really good. They're thick, which means it'll actually maintain the heat throughout the course of your session, and that's great. But also because they're thick, it takes a little bit longer for your bowl to heat up. A lot of thick bowls are like that though, so think of your favorite bowl that is thick or heavier. It usually takes a little bit longer than your thinner bowls to heat up. But it's actually a good thing overall because once it gets to that temperature, like I said, it actually maintains that temperature. The other cool thing about it is these are the first bowls made from Olla specifically for dark leaf. So prior to this bowl, they had like their fishbowl design, their like globe design, they had a bunch of other designs and none of them looked quite like this. While those designs are cool, they were really made with a lotus in mind. As someone that loves dark leaf tobacco, it's just not the same if it's not under foil. These bowls are great for that. Pack your tobacco, put some foil on it, poke some holes, drop an HMD like the Apple on top, Provost 2, which is what I use. Drop that on top and you're good. In terms of session duration, I've gotten it to go 3 hours a bunch of times now. And it's cool because it doesn't actually use a lot of tobacco. Like Tangiers, depending on which one, again, they're handmade. I'm using 13 to 15 grams of Tangiers. And like I said, I've gotten 3 hours consistently. I think I went on a streak last week where like 7 times in a row, I got 3 hours, like great clouds, great session, great flavor. Now that being said, the official number I'm gonna put out there is 2.5 hours for, Tangiers in this, just because the 3 hours that I got was me maintaining the heat the whole way through, which means managing the heat the whole way through. I'll talk through my method. I'll actually show you how I pack this thing. Like I have some Tangiers here. I also use blonde leaf with it. I have some Haze here. I'll show you how I do that too when I bring the camera in. I think that might be cool. And obviously I mentioned blonde leaf. Like I said, it takes 13 to 15 grams of Tangiers, but it takes like 9 to 11 grams of blonde leaf like Haze or Trifecta or Element Air. And the cool thing about it is if you want a short session of blonde leaf, and by short I mean like an hour and a half, those 3 brands can easily go an hour and a half in this. The reason I say easily go an hour and a half is you can actually add a second set of coals after your first set of coals are done, and you can go like 20-30 minutes into the next set of coals and still have a great session. I usually cut it off after the first set, which is why I'm using this for blonde leaf. So it's a great option if you want a shorter session in blonde leaf, or if you want a long session in dark leaf. So it's a pretty diverse bowl. Let's bring the camera in a little bit closer because I need to pack at least one of these bowls, and then let's smoke. And we can talk a little bit more about it. All right, so the first thing we should probably talk about is what this is. This little thing is like steel wool that comes inside the box with each of these ADE bowls. And it has a little warning on it, or important message that says, when using aluminum foil with the bowl, foil can leave very minor traces which look like small marks on the bowl. This is not permanent, and after using the bowl, you can wipe the bowl clean with the cleaning sponge included with the bowl, and some water and soap if needed. I completely ignored this thing and I tossed it aside, and then when I got marks on my bowl, I was like, wait, what's going on here? So by marks, I mean, and here, I'll try to show you this. Basically on the bowl, on the side here, it looks like the foil has scratched the bowl. And just right here, you can see where it looks like there's scratches. And then obviously at the top here, there's like these black marks from where the tobacco is burnt. Hoping that you guys can see that there. Yeah, I think right there, it's pretty clear. Basically what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put water on this, and then I'm just gonna show you how it gets clean. So right there, see there's marks there. Then there's foil marks on the side and right there. Oh, actually, I guess you can see how nice the bowl is up close. This is what the bowl looks like. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna wet this, and then I'm gonna show you how I clean it. All right, I'm back. I have a little bit of water on this, and here are the marks kind of all over. So what I'm gonna do is just wipe this. And notice that I'm just kind of gently going back and forth here where the marks are. These more obvious black marks at the top, those marks there, go through like this. The inside, outside, and the bowl looks new again. So even the foil marks on the side are gone. The top is clean. It's all nice, and as you can see, that took all of, I don't know, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. Have my orange bowl, clean, ready to go. Let's pack a bowl. Got this flavor here. It's called bug powder. Got this bowl here, which actually, this is the Nero edition, and it says Moa Smokes right here. And this is what the bowl looks like up close. So as you can see, Italian white clay, super thick. And now we're gonna pack it. So I'm just gonna put this here, and I'm just gonna open this up. This is funny, this is something I said I'd never do. I said I'd never pack Tangiers on camera, and here I am doing it. All right, so I'm gonna grab the bowl, and this is how I do it. Here I'm just gonna reach in, grab some of the Tangiers, and what I'm gonna do is I'm slowly just gonna kind of push it off of my fingers and sprinkle it into the bowl. And just try to get it even. Notice I'm not pushing, I'm literally just pushing it off of my fingers into the bowl and making sure that it's nice and fluffy. Grab more as needed, letting it drop the way it drops. And again, I'm just turning the bowl as I'm doing this to make sure that it's nice and even. All right, once it looks like this, where the Tangiers looks like this on the side, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thumb and kind of just even it out. And essentially what you're gonna see is when it goes down, it's gonna expose any gaps that need to be filled in. So those gaps that need to be filled in, just kind of sprinkle some more tobacco in there. Then when it's on there like that, take your thumb again, run it over the top. All right, once you're done, it's gonna look like this. So you see how it's like slightly under the rim. It's dense, but not too dense. It still looks like it's wet on top. It doesn't look like it's smushed in there. This is the way it's supposed to look. Again, this is the first time I've ever packed Tangiers on video, and pretty crazy. Now, real quick, before I put foil on this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack another bowl, and I'm gonna do that with blonde. I'm gonna use Haze for that. I'm definitely smoking that bowl. Now I'm gonna grab this Haze Purelicious, which is actually one of my favorite Haze flavors. And let's grab this, and we'll grab the red one, the Rosa. So there's my bowl. Again, here's a close-up of the Rosa. Just grab some tobacco, just mix it up real quick. And then same thing, just gonna sprinkle it. Same thing, but not the same thing. Sprinkle it. And honestly, this is how I push tobacco off my fingers. This is kind of a thing that I've done in packing bowls for a while now, and it works well for me. I know some people like to do the, sprinkle a little whatever on it method. I just do the push off method off of my fingers. That way I can break it up as it's coming off. All right, I'm doing this like way slower than I would normally do it when I'm packing a bowl for myself, just so you can kind of see the process. Now what you can do is, if you'd like, you can grab a toothpick or a foil poker or something. I actually have this, which is from Work Bund. I got this from 5 Star, and basically just move the leaves around. Haze is, I pack it at a normal, so I'm just gonna tuck these tobacco leaves in, make sure they're even. And when I say tuck in, I mean like literally just place them correctly in the trench. I don't mean like actually tuck them in, don't do that. Make sure it's nice and even. Again, you don't want gaps. Once you make sure it's nice and even, it'll look like this. As you can see, the tobacco is distributed nice and evenly. It's a normal pack. There's enough air pockets between it. If you look at the side, it's actually right to the rim. It's not overflowing. And throw foil on that. I'm ready to go. What I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna foil this Tangiers bowl. I got foil, I got coals, I got a toothpick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna slam the foil down like this, nice and tight. Hold this, pull that down. All right, so here's my foil, pretty tight, good. Now I'm gonna grab my toothpick. I'm gonna poke a hole in the middle. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna poke these holes on the side all the way down. So I'm gonna push all the way down with my toothpick. I'm doing this sideways, so they're crooked, don't judge me. Tighten that up a little bit. So it's nice and tight. I have my holes poked. Looks like this. And then because I'm OCD, and you guys love making fun of me for this, I'm gonna roll the foil up on the sides, grab some scissors, cut it around, and there's my bowl. So looks like this. All right, so we're back at this angle. So grab the Provost, put the Provost on top, grab these coals that I lit, put those on top. All right, let's start it up. Keep in mind, I just put the coals on, just put the foil on, just put the coals on, just put the Provost on. And I'm actually just gonna start right now. Even though it's not gonna look like a lot of smoke, it's starting up the bowl. You guys saw how I packed it with Tangiers. Obviously Tangiers is a dense pack, right under the rim. You saw I packed it with Haze. I pack Haze at a normal, so you saw that. Like I said, it's about 9 to... I'm recording. I'm sorry, don't be mad. All right, anyways, like I said, blonde, I'm getting, 9 to 10, 9 to 11 grams, depending on if it's Haze or it's Trifecta or it's Element Air. Tangiers, I'm getting anywhere from 13 to 15 grams. And again, as you saw, like, kind of just eyeball it, because once you've packed it once and you know what it's supposed to look like, you don't really need to weigh it. Or if you already know what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like at that pack, go ahead and do that. If not, feel free to measure. All right, let's see how it's going. It's slowly getting there. Like I said, since it's a thicker bowl, it takes a little bit longer to warm up. Cool things about the bowl, it comes in cool colors. At least I think it does. The Rosa is black and red. I love black and red. The all black one, the Nero, is all black. I love black. And obviously it says Moa Smokes on it. And then obviously Egypt, like that's where I'm from. And then Lebanon, little known fact, I'm a quarter Lebanese. My grandma on my dad's side is Lebanese, so that's where the Lebanese flag comes into play. What's the Olla Bowls doing? That being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at Moa Smokes on Instagram. If you have any questions, message me on Instagram at Moa Smokes. I'm happy to answer, happy to help you if you're having any issues. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna take a few polls and I'll see you guys next time.